Convention, and no doubt you'll be hearing about all the differences between John Kerry and George W. Bush. But we've discovered they do have something in common. During their respective college days at Yale, they both belonged to a group called Skull and Bones. Les Trent tells us about this secret society.
I find it absolutely staggering that the two main presidential candidates come from this same secret society.
You may think that George W. Bush and John Kerry have little in common, but both men count themselves as members of Skull and Bones, Yale University's oldest and some say most elite secret society. Alexandra Robbins is the author of Skull and Bones.
The only purpose of Skull and Bones is to get its members into positions of power and then to hire other members.
Bush and Kerry are just two of a virtual who's who of the nation's rich and powerful who have been so-called bonesmen. Yet Skull and Bones remains shrouded in secrecy.
I know people have tried to pry open the secret, but not today.
Don Ettrup, an L.A. criminal defense attorney, has been a friend of President Bush's since they were reportedly Bones brothers together at Yale. He says Bush keeps in touch with his fellow members, but won't say more.
It really is a matter of privacy. And my understanding is that Senator Kerry also feels very much the same.
You knew he couldn't talk about it. You knew if you asked him, he'd have to leave the room, so why would you bother to ask him?
Harvey Bundy, a portfolio manager in Chicago, was Senator John Kerry's roommate at Yale, but not a member of Skull and Bones. Bundy admits, though, that he wasn't surprised when Kerry, seen here in his Yale days, was tapped for the secret society.
They pick predominantly leaders on campus and people who they think are going to be future leaders. And, they pick pretty well.
Back in 1996, using a night vision camera, we shot some of the only existing footage of a Skull and Bones initiation ceremony held at this foreboding building called the Tomb. One legend has it that during these initiation ceremonies, pledges must climb naked into a coffin.
Did you have to climb naked into a coffin for your initiation back in 1968?
Last time I was naked was sprinting down the street somewhere. No.
The first activity the new members launch into in their senior year at Yale is called the sexual history, where they must stand in a cozy, dimly lit room in front of the other 14 seniors in the society and recount their entire sexual history. That's something that Kerry and Bush would have done.
Now, with the race for the White House heating up, members of Skull and Bones, it seems, are wisely not taking sides.
Skull and Bones has told me that they don't really care who wins, Bush or Kerry, for the 2004 presidency. For Skull and Bones, it's a win-win situation.